Hello, my name's Maria Schmitz. Today's topic has come up because one of my video heroes, it's someone I once devoted a video to for his ability to cross borders authentically, now has to be giving this topic undue thought in retrospect. As far as I'm concerned, he needn't have any regrets. Everything but the burden, wrote US cultural theorist Greg Tate in 2003 in his book of the same name. And the burden is centuries of denied civil rights, racism, and poverty. So the context here is American, but as usual, it ends up being universal. This critique of cultural appropriation is often contrasted with the concept of cultural appreciation, German Wertschätzung, that is cultural recognition instead of appropriation, in which one approaches a culture with respect and learns about it. So too, gentleman, in his words, in his recent interview with the newspaper, Die Zeit. He saw his time in Jamaica as a learning process. It concerns him, he said in the interview, that he's more successful than a native Jamaican who is much more awesome than himself, has incredible lyrics, and works much harder. Of course, this doesn't apply to all native Jamaican reggae stars, as we know. In Patrick Schmidt's book, German and American Business Styles, what is a cross cultural swinger? Cross cultural swinger in business life, such as Kai Bendix, for example, has the propensity of a cultural nomad. According to Patrick Schmidt, in the book I used to use for intercultural training, this person is no longer solely attached to the original cultural group. A cross cultural swinger feels the relativity of values. They can juggle two or more competing value systems. They're usually able to communicate in more than one language. They can understand human dilemmas in different cultural contexts. And they keep a certain ethnocentrism as well as an other culture awareness. That is, they don't give up their culture, but are still able to immerse themselves into another culture authentically. For this person, there is also no absolute standard of rightness. How far does a cross cultural swinger necessarily appropriate a culture? It sounds as if he or she dons a new dress. Not so with culture. It is not possible to appropriate someone else's culture without bringing elements of your own into play. Precisely this makes it all authentic. What I admired about Gentleman was that he was Jamaican in Jamaica and German in Germany. That is the true definition of a cultural nomad. At no stage was his representation of reggae either unacknowledged or inappropriate. By making himself a name on the reggae scene, Gentleman helped to put reggae on the map, or at least to reinforce the existing status, because reggae was already a global phenomenon. And strangely enough, it's not those being defended, let us say, who care or who made the accusation of cultural appropriation. The analogy with a chameleon to anticipate this concern is limited. The chameleon changes color to survive. Being one of the others in the music scene or elsewhere also helps to put others at ease and create rapport, that state of mesmerism that breeds true connection. What the cross cultural swinger does not have in common with the chameleon is that he or she does not act out of fear, but love or at least affinity for the other culture. Unlike the chameleon, people cannot change color. Personality and sincerity are what count. Differentiation is key.